Agents can lie. Go to all the rooms and open everything down. You might look like a crazy person, but it's better to be crazy now than crazy later when you've paid the money. You know that you have a problem with single ladies at some point in your life. Were you not single? Did you come out from the mother's womb a married man? No. So why are you now taking it out on us? Today, I'm here to give you an important lecture and you should take this seriously. Sophia. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to be extra in the intro. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome to the family. I'm going to be sharing my house hunting experience in Lagos, the things I've learned so far, and I hope they are going to be very useful to you. I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you're looking for a house. Either you started or you're about to start. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips from my own experience and some of the houses that I looked at. Let's get right into the video. So the first tip I'm going to give is to get more than one agent. The only reason you should be having one agent is if you intend to be on the market looking for a house for 6 to 7 months. Aside that, I think you should get more than one. So the advantage of having more than one agent is that you'll be able to see more house options that are available on the market. If you have one agent, you probably just see 2 to 3 houses in a day. But if you are working with, let's say, 6 to 7 agents, you'll be able to see 7 houses, 8 houses. That's if it's something that you can do. Personally, when I was house hunting, I had set up meetings with 4 to 5 agents, so I was able to see so many options on the market. Another thing is that agents can lie very well. They lie a lot. So most times when you book your appointments with one agent, they end up not showing up, and that might actually ruin your day. If you have a 9 to 5 and you have a particular time that you're supposed to show up at work, imagine booking in for an agent and you take out like a day off from work and you book that day for just seeing houses and the agent doesn't show up. You literally have wasted your whole day waiting for one individual. But you can actually pack up your day with 6 agents, and anyone that doesn't show up doesn't show up. The ones that show up and you're not there yet, they can wait. It's not fair, but it is what it is. So it's better you have more options than nothing at all. So I would suggest you get that. Another advantage of having more than one agent is that when new houses come on the market, it's easy for you to know quickly. Immediately the owner drops it, you will know that, oh, there's a new house here, there's a new house here, there's a new house here. So the second tip I will be giving is immediately you set foot into the apartment that your agent has taken you to, the first thing I will encourage you to do is go straight to the kitchen, open the tap, go to the bathroom, open the tap, go to all the rooms and open everything down. And while the tap is open, you look at the water and walk around and do your inspection. If the agent is like, oh, you're wasting water, it's very unnecessary, because sometimes I've noticed that when they want to show you how the water is, they'll just say, okay, open it, a small portion of it will just come to your hand, and you're like, oh, it's good. You have to check if the water has so much chemical in it that sometimes when you put your soap on it, it doesn't even batter, because there's so much chemical, so much treatment that has gone into the water that you can't shower properly with it, you can't cook. I wouldn't even advise you cooking with it, because you just feel like the texture of the water is so hard. So immediately you enter into any of the houses that you have any interest in or you like, especially the ones you like, you might look like a crazy person, but it's better to be crazy now than crazy later when you've paid the money in the long run. So open the taps down, let the water run for a while so you can see if it's clean for a long period of time, and you can check the texture of the water. So I will encourage, the first thing you do is open the floodgates of the house. Let the water run. It's safer that way, and you know what you're going to be working with. Because at some point in some apartments, the water can actually change the color. In my current apartment, that's how I got tricked, because immediately I was done with my inspection, I went downstairs. They said, oh, look at the water, it's very clean. 2 days into moving into the apartment, please tell me why the water changed color 1 minute into running the tap. And at that point, you've paid the money, and I didn't even move in quickly. It took me like 2 weeks in to move in. So the money has gone. The landlady had, you see, you would just suffer to collect your money back when it comes to, oh, you notice something here and you want to leave. So to avoid that stress, take your time. don't let anybody rush you, because it's your place. If it's especially if it's somewhere you like, I'll encourage you do like a proper inspection of the water. Let me take you to the house that broke my heart. This house gave me sleepless nights. There were times at night I was praying to God that please let the owner give us this house, let the owner give us this house. There was one particular girl, Awele, I can never forget her name. Awele showed us shaky. Awele is the name of the just let me show you the house first. After I show you the house, I will give you a story time of what this gist is, but see the house first. After I see the house, I'll give you my third tip. So here's the house that I really did like. This is what outside looks like. The kitchen, I really like the way the light came into this apartment. I liked that about this house so much. Now that I'm actually looking at it, I feel like the living room is actually small, but back then I was so obsessed with this house. Okay, this is promising. Yeah. Here is meant to be like a second parlor. My god, the room, the lighting of this room, I loved it so much. I really did like it. It had so much space. One thing I have to give them is that they really did well with the space, because it wasn't like they were managing the space except for downstairs, but the rooms were really big, and I really like this apartment. If I took it, I wouldn't have mind, but you guys, I was so excited. Look at me smiling, not knowing that I'm not gonna get this place. Happy. Okay. Now that you've looked at the house properly, you can see that it's spacious. It had like, it was a masonette, and the stairs, the kitchen, the sunlight that came from the window. It was giving everything I wanted it to give, and the price was right. The caution was right, service charge was right, pay as you go electricity. It was a self-service type of apartment in a way, because the houses that I was seeing, you hear the price of the rent, but when it now comes to service charge, and you're thinking to yourself, what exactly are you people's services? So this house was just perfect for me, and I was really hoping on getting this particular house. Now this is where the gist is. First of all, I feel like we already lost that house because the agent who took us there does not understand game. I'll tell you why later, but when we got there, the lady that we were supposed to meet up with was supposedly supposed to be the wife or a relative of the owner of the house. Turns out she was just a caretaker of the particular building, so she didn't even have as much power as we thought she had. So when we got there, she made some statements that we found a bit funny. She said that, oh, the owner of the house will be more open to renting the house to single guys than single girls. At that point in time, I feel like I should have lied, and that's why I fucked up. Let's just leave that one. And I was like, oh, why? What happened? And she was like, oh, the last person who was here, the owner had to literally uproot her from the house, which brings me to who Awele is. Apparently, Awele was giving people issues in the house, and she was not paying her dues on time. She was causing issues with the tenants in the building. When it came to paying rent, she was going to pay on time, and the owner said that, oh, she says she does content and she doesn't earn a monthly salary, but when she earns, she will just offset it. That he doesn't want to deal with that anymore, and it really stressed him. He's really not interested in hearing anything that has to do with a single girl trying to take your place. And I was trying to explain to the lady that we are different. Like, everybody's different in their own way. Because somebody came in and didn't really treat the apartment right and didn't treat the neighbors right, doesn't necessarily mean that I will do the same thing. And thinking about it, it pains me. the lady was complaining seriously about Awele and a lot of things that she did, and at some point I was like, Awele, why you should have just rented this house, come in peace and live in peace so that I can come and take it from your hand. But no, she made sure that she showed that man shege before she left the house, and now the man is now trying to pass on the shege to other single women. And I was like, okay. And she was even saying that, oh, he has a problem with single ladies. You know that you have a problem with single ladies at some point in your life. Were you not single? Did you come out from your mother's womb a married man? No. So why are you now taking it out on us that, okay, Awele did this, if you're not single this, you rather give the house to us? I felt like it was a bit unfair, which brings me to my third tip. Lie. Just see, it's as simple as it is. Lie and be open to hearing no. You have to be open to the fact that you might get your hopes high and the owner of the property will say no to you. So just so you don't feel bad or have sleepless nights like me, I think you should be open to the fact that owners of property will tell you no. And if you really like this house, I would suggest, if anybody asks you if you're married, yes, who are you married to? Jesus. You just keep the information to yourself, but just lie that you're married. Because I felt like if I knew that the owner was very keen on giving his house to a family or a married couple, as I was going to that inspection, I would have been going with my husband. One of my brothers would have acted as my husband and will move. There's nothing this person can do but just lie. Save yourself the stress. Because I went there thinking, oh, let me just be honest, let me be truthful. My current apartment that I'm staying at, I said the truth and everything worked out fine. Like, the owner can't be, single people must not have showed him that much shege. Little do I know that he has experienced the wrath of Awele. So I'll just leave it at that. Another thing I'll add is that I do understand where the owner is coming from, because if you've experienced something and you experience something negative, you wouldn't want to repeat the circle. So I can understand why some owners wouldn't want to give their apartment to a single girl, because maybe their past experience, one or two people traumatized them with stressing them and getting their rent and stressing the other neighbors. So in that aspect, I can be in the middle to understand, but I don't necessarily think it's fair for other people to experience, or it's fair for other people to also take a hit for what somebody else did. That's what I was trying to express to the ladies. So, but I do understand where that is coming from, but I just felt like it was not fair at all. So my fourth tip, when you're looking for an apartment, especially in Lagos, you should have a list of things that you cannot compromise on when you're getting your apartment, whether it is bad road, electricity, security, mold in the house. And do not listen to the landlord when they tell you, oh, I'm going to fix this and fix this, because once the money gets into the account, they might either not do it at all or take a long period of time before they actually fix that particular issue that was bothering you in the first place. So personally, I would not encourage you go rent a house that you weren't even comfortable with in the first place. And lastly, when you finally get the house, read through the contract, and if possible, get a lawyer that can go through it as well, because there's some things that you can miss that the lawyer can easily spot. For example, when I went through one of the contracts of the houses that I was looking at, I found out that there was a part that stated I was supposed to pay a certain fee that was meant for only landlords, and it was written in my contract that I was going to be paying that. I brought it to their attention and they corrected it, because that was a mistake on their part. So I would have ended up paying fees that wasn't even meant for me in the first place if I just signed it and didn't go through it and get an understanding of what exactly I was signing. So read your contract. So that'll be it for this video. Happy house hunting, and see you in my next video.
Sophia, I'll never let you go again like I did.